I started running 3 weeks ago, and today I ran my first 10 miles. But thanks to a few techniques that I learned recently, it was actually pretty easy. I first started running because I'm training for the Army Reserves, and I've got my assessment test coming up in 3 weeks. So I need to be able to run very long distances, and I need to run fast. I'm doing about 2 to 3 runs a week currently, and I'm seeing very good progress. So I'm going to be sharing some tips that I've learned with you so that you can run faster, you can run further, and overall just improve your running. So the first tip that I'm going to share with you is a slower pace. When I started running, as soon as I went out, I would just go as fast as I could. Now that I think back on that, that was a stupid thing to do. Most beginner runners do this. You really need to take it slow in the beginning. You want to aim for a conversation pace. Think, could you talk to someone at the pace that you're currently going? And if the answer is yes, that's a good pace for you. See, the most I was able to do in the beginning was about 5 kilometers. But then as soon as I started going at a slower pace, I got to 10 kilometers and eventually 10 miles. So do not underestimate the power of just taking it slowly and going at a slower pace. And you want the first 60 seconds of your run to feel kind of boring because you're going so slow, you want to go faster, but you need to endure through it. When you start a run, if you immediately just go at the fastest pace possible, you're going to use up pretty much all of your energy. You'll lose most of it and you won't be able to go that longer distance. But when you take it more slowly, you save your energy and you're able to use more of it later on in the run. But even if you're going at a slower pace, you're not going to be able to run too far if you're wearing the wrong footwear. So that's why number 2 is you need the right footwear. When I started running, I was wearing these boots, these heavy duty work boots. That wasn't a very good idea because I could have gotten injured very easily. Plus they were slowing me down. It's like carrying weights, attaching weights to your feet. Why would you do it? It just slows you down, it's more difficult. They're not made for running. You need to buy a pair of running shoes that are dedicated to running. Very soon after I started running, I just ordered a new pair of Puma shoes, running shoes. The first time that I got the shoes and I started running with them, I went up from 3 kilometers up to 6 kilometers. So that's quite a good increase, and from there I managed to go up and up and up. And that was largely because of the shoes. When I was running with these work boots, I wasn't using the right technique. They're not very flexible, they don't bend easily. So that meant I was running very flat-footed. So instead you need running shoes that allow your feet to curve more naturally as you're running. But even if you've got the right shoes, it doesn't matter if your technique isn't right. So these are the 2 main tips that I've learned for improving my running technique. The first tip is something that a friend taught me when I was doing a run with him. Basically, at the start when I was running, I was just throwing my arms about like this. I wasn't really running properly. But he taught me that I needed to keep my arms kind of close to my chest because that causes you to not exert as much energy. You're pretty much just wasting energy on something that doesn't benefit your run. So always keep your arms close to your chest as you're running. And imagine an invisible line in the middle of you. Try not to let your hands pass that line. So that's the first tip, which is for moving your arms. And the second tip is about foot placement. When you're running and taking those strides, you need to make sure the middle part of your foot is touching the ground. When your foot lands, you don't want the back of your foot to land on the ground, you don't want the front of your foot. Just aim for the middle of your foot. That will cause the movement to feel a lot more smooth, so you'll be less likely to get injured. Number 4 is new routes. When you're going out for runs, try to take different routes. Because if you're constantly doing the same routes, it's going to get boring very quickly. And you'll end up being in this mental battle because there's nothing interesting around for you to focus on. You'll just be stuck inside your head. So you should focus on really going out and exploring new places. Like today, I ran from my town to the nearest city, which was 10 miles. And it was so interesting seeing all the scenery, the seasides, the forests that I went through. It was very nice, and I enjoyed the run so much. It was actually the easiest run I've ever had. So the past few runs that I've been doing, I've just been following the same route, and I've had such a big mental battle in my head. I've been kind of fighting myself to keep going, but I want to stop. So I've had to really kind of motivate myself throughout the runs. But when you're exploring new areas and just looking around at your surroundings, suddenly you're not thinking about that anymore. You're just enjoying yourself. And the number one worst thing that you can do when you start running is using a treadmill. You're just stuck in this small room, just running on this machine. It's the most boring experience ever. You have that mental battle again, because you're just in your own head. It will just put you off running. You'll get bored of it, you'll start to dislike running because you just hate it. It's such a horrible experience. But when you're going out exploring new places, that's when you'll start to really enjoy your runs and actually being excited for them. If you use a running app like Strava or Go Komoot, you'll be able to find loads of different routes that people around you have taken before. Basically, it saves all of the runs that people have taken in the past and shares them with you so that you can try them out. And number 5, nutrition. When I first started running, I would do it first thing in the morning while I was still fasted. And that was the worst idea that I had in my running journey. Because when you're running, your body needs energy, believe it or not. And you need food to get energy. So now I have high protein foods with high carbohydrates as well. And that gives my body enough energy to help me last throughout the run and be able to endure longer. Some top foods that I'd recommend are meat, eggs and bread. And after your run, you should eat fruits that help your body mend. Like, for example, apples or bananas. Those are foods that I generally go for. It's always a nice snack after a run. And then after that, you need a high protein meal so that your body can repair itself. Of course, take water with you when you're out on your runs. I just take a small 500ml bottle, and that gets me through really long runs. You don't want too much, otherwise it will start to be a burden on you because it's quite heavy to carry. You can also get a strap that you attach to yourself, and you can put your phone in, you can put a water bottle in. So that's very useful, because you don't have to carry them throughout the runs. And today I found a massive secret to improve performance when running. See, my past personal record for distance was 10 kilometres. And of course today I did the 10-mile run, which is about 16 kilometres. That's a massive increase from my last run. And let me tell you how that happened. Before my run, I drank 750ml of water, but I added salt inside. Just about half a teaspoon of salt. You put in your water, shake it. Because usually when you drink water, your body gets rid of all the excess water. Basically, a lot of the water that you drink is wasted. About a quarter of the water you drink. So when you add salt to the water, it stops your body from getting rid of it. And it helps your body to keep all your electrolytes and not get rid of them. So adding salt to your water is the massive cheat code for running. It improves your performance so much. I had really high levels of energy today. So make sure you do that before and after every run. Just have some salted water. And number 6, this is my personal favourite. Download Strava. It's basically an app where you can track all of your runs. You can add friends on there so they can see your runs, you can see theirs. You can give them kudos on their runs, comment on them. It adds a community aspect to running, because people can see your runs and it motivates you to go further because you want to impress your friends. There's also challenges on there that you can try and accomplish, like run a certain distance. So the challenges are great. They motivate me a lot and help me run further, run more. And like I mentioned before, you can see different routes that other people have taken. so you can follow those and explore new areas that you haven't discovered before. So Strava is a very good app. I'd 100% recommend it for any runner. And if you want to add me on Strava, my username is just here. It's just Reese Kinnaird. If you take these 6 tips seriously and you start applying them immediately, you will notice a massive increase in your runs, the distance that you're running, and you'll be able to run a half marathon too. Because I found that it's actually quite easy. A lot easier than I'd initially expected. If you hear the word marathon, you think it's this daunting thing, but actually it's not that far. As long as you keep showing up every week and you're slowly increasing the distance that you're going, you're running slowly, you're eating the proper foods beforehand, drinking salted water. As long as you're following all these tips, you'll be able to run much further than you did last time. If you think I missed any tips, then be sure to put them down in the comments because you can help other people. Thank you for watching this video. I'll see you next time. Goodbye.